I finished my inteletravel video. It's a long one, so I've decided to release it in segments. So the first one will be today, now, the second one tomorrow, the day after, and the day after that. I will probably then put them all in one video and release them all in one go. So enjoy. So let's talk about, I mean, I really debated whether I was even going to do this section, really, because I've realised that it doesn't, the nature of these MLMs, I think that deep inside everybody, I have to think that this is true, because I can't believe anyone is so stupid, but I have to believe it's true that deep inside everybody, they know in their heart that these products are nonsense, and that the real reason that they join the MLMs is psychological reasons. It offers them a network, it offers them a support network, it's the positivity, and they might be in a bad place in their life. I have to believe that, because I can't possibly believe that anyone would be stupid enough to really believe that these products are any good. Because I mean, this product of all of them is just the most stupid. It's the stupidest one, particularly at the moment. I mean, can you if you're watching this and you've researched because you're considering joining, and you've done the right thing, you're doing the research, like, good for you, for God's sake, because a lot of people don't. Most people don't. They get involved. Nearly everyone who gets involved, if they did do research, they wouldn't get involved. So yeah, hopefully you won't get involved after seeing this video. I mean, let's just look at Thomas Cook. I mean, outside of the worldwide pandemic, Thomas Cook was it 2019 out of business. They're out of business because they couldn't compete with online resources. They couldn't compete with the fact that less and less people need travel agents. They couldn't compete, and that's basically what it is. Because if we were still in the 90s and people still didn't have access to the internet and people still had to walk into a travel agent, they'd be thriving still. They would have been thriving still. But people have got the internet now. People can just book their own holidays. People can just go on lastminute.com or the thousands of other online, no human necessary travel agents and book a holiday. I mean, that was just outside of it. So, I mean, God, that's just a bit of reason. I mean, that was on the news. You don't have to dig around for that, do you? For goodness sake. I mean, I just did a bit of research recently. I mean, at the moment, and this is just today, TUI, I mean, that's the main one, isn't it, at the moment, TUI. 8,000 COVID job cuts, right? Because bookings fall 83%. This is obviously the pandemic, but you're considering joining in the pandemic. This is when you're considering joining. This is when your company's having an explosion, and all the MLM companies are having their massive explosion during the pandemic. But all the other MLM companies are selling stuff like makeup, which, okay, still can't really understand that, because who's going out to wear makeup or whatever, even perfume? But I mean, I can still understand, maybe you just want to do it to make yourself feel good, like spray yourself, I don't know, whatever. But this, booking holidays, really? Do you know anyone booking? Do you know anyone who wants to go on holiday now? I mean, for goodness sake. But yeah, TUI, thousands of jobs, coronavirus, devastates the travel industry. It's there. There's a bit of research. And that's just it. That is the main travel agent, and they are struggling. They're struggling now. Yeah, maybe they won't be struggling afterwards. Maybe they'll, But it's not just, I mean, let's talk about now. We've got EasyJet, Ryanair, British Airways, job cuts. Job cuts because the travel industry is in decline at the moment. When is it going to come out of decline? Who knows? But is it a good time for you to become a travel agent? It's one of the worst times in the whole... I mean, I imagine... imagine that the government announces... Like bringing in a prohibition law. Prohibition is when you're not allowed to drink alcohol. Make alcohol against the law. And you decide to get a job. You see a wine. You see a wine distillery or a brewery going for pennies. And you think, oh, that's a good idea. I'll just buy that. It's a waste of money. Even if you're at £2, it's a waste of money because you can't sell anything, No one's buying holidays. No one's flying. No, hardly anyone. Some people are. Very few. Not the ones you need. You need a booming industry for people to be turning to an independent travel agent like you. Goodness sake. Look, Hayes Travel, Barhead Travel. You know, these are travel agencies that they pay people. They pay people's wages. They pay people's salary. They feed people's kids. They buy people's kids' school uniforms. You know. How many people signing on? People have lost their job in those companies. Depending on benefits now. I suppose they could become independent travel agents, couldn't they? APTA says COVID crisis could claim 18% of UK travel sector's jobs. Now I know that APTA is, you know, I know that inteletravel was really going for it, trying to get their APTA membership, which I'll come on to a bit later. But yeah, I mean, if they're struggling, do you think that you won't struggle? Do you think that... How can you think that this is going to be okay for you? How can you think that this is going to be a good idea for you? How can you think that? I mean, as I'm saying this, is it going in your mind? Are you questioning it now? Because I know that I know the brainwashing machine. Are you questioning it? Because I know that there's all this positivity, toxic positivity that's being really drilled into you. You know, maybe you're a single mum. Maybe you've just come out of, school and you need a job. Anything. This isn't an option for you. And no matter how many people who are in these, the PlanNet marketing or inteletravel, they're telling you they believe in you and you can be the best you can be. They're telling you all these friends that you can make. It's all nonsense. They just want your money. They just want you to keep putting your money into them. Just see. Do the market research. Have you asked anyone in your family? Have you asked any member of your family? And I'm not talking about, members of your family that are competent, because you're always going to get an old person in your family, perhaps they're on Facebook with 18 friends or something. They communicate in GIF form when they comment on something. It's that one, some old auntie or old great auntie. Don't talk to them, because they're gonna think what you're doing is legitimate, and there are not enough of them around who will buy holidays off you to make a living out of this. Most people have only got one person like that in their family. She might buy, or he might buy, one holiday off you before they die. That's not enough. That's not sustainable. I'm talking about the real people. I'm talking about your friends. I'm talking about your family. I'm talking about the people around you. Ask them, ask them if they even want to go on holiday, or who do they book their holidays through. Because another point is the fact that if you are a parent, your bulk of your network, if they're around your age, may also be parents too. And if they are parents, they're not really gonna, not that anyone's gonna buy the inteletravel deals, because I don't think anyone does, do they? People want to research their own deals. But most the deals from any holiday deals are usually for two people sharing. They are not, there are no deals during school holidays, because they don't need to be. That's high season. They're always hiked up prices during those times, and they're when those when families mostly want deals. But the best deal that you could ever get during those times was what I discovered doing. The penny dropped with me a couple of years ago, where you just Google, you find a good hotel on Google through TripAdvisor or something. You find a good hotel, you put in what you want, one comes up, you see it. You then book your own flights through Skyscanner or whatever. And then you find that hotel's website and you book directly with them. You then cut out the middleman yourself. You are trying to be the middleman here. Cutting you out is the best deal. Cutting any travel agent out is the best deal. And that's why travel agents are in decline. That's why Thomas Cook went out of business, because there's too many people like me now who realise that the only way you can save money, particularly as a family, is by booking it yourself. You have the resources. We've got the internet now. This isn't back in the 90s when you couldn't. How do you get in contact with these places? You can just book it yourself. People still use travel agents out of habit. People still buy package holidays out of habit, and out of ease. And it's easier to just sit and Google deals and be like, what? Wait for you to offer them one, or go to you to build one for them. nobody needs you. Nobody needs you, really. And if they did need a travel agent, they wouldn't use you. They just wouldn't. I mean, that's the reality. That's the reality here. I mean, as I said, I didn't even know whether there was any point in me doing a section like this, because I guess that it's not really about the product, is it? This product, like all MLM products, is pointless, and it's near enough obsolete. But it needed to be said. It needed to be said, because perhaps that's just another push, another nail in the coffin that might just persuade you that little bit more. So that's that. That's that section finished. Hopefully that will resonate with you. Hopefully what I've said will resonate with you and give you something to think about.